today. I don't know what's going on there or what's happening or what it is, but they all stared at me and they didn't pull me over. So chances are they scanned the truck, they scanned the ELD, and we're like, he's good. They can't do that. I think they can anyways. I'm not 100% sure. I know the scale house can scan it. So, but yeah, these guys are they're pulling over people. Random spot checks, random weight checks. We're fine, so I'm not concerned about it. Actually, I enjoy getting stopped by the CVSE. I end up getting a lot of them laughing. I end up having a pretty good time with the CVSE guys. I don't really have too many issues. Knowing that, it goes on your record. The more and more CVSE inspections you get, or CVSA, or anything like that, the better your insurance is, because you look responsible, right? They look at that and saying like, oh, he's had 13 inspections randomly and all of them passed. To your insurance company and to your safety fitness, that is the cat's pajamas, buddy. Okay. Gonna go around this guy now. Oh, come on. Now he speeds up. Doesn't know how to fucking drive. Sitting there doing, goes like 80, 90, 100, 90, 80, 70, and he's rolling coal constantly because he's flooring it. He's off the throttle and flooring it just constantly. Whatever. This part won't get in. That guy's fucked. RV crashed. That's pretty nasty. But yeah, CVSE is out to just fucking get someone today. They're out doing inspections out in Clearwater, which is fine. They need to do it because it's getting bad out there. Was it something like in the last 2 years accidents have gone up and like violations have gone up? It's actually when I was getting my safety fitness, my NSC, it said that the average company safety fitness is 0.25. Like, that's bad. My company safety is 0, so the lower the number, the better. So I'm 0, and the average in Canada is 0.25. I think 1 is an absolute fail. Like I think if you hit 0.3 or 0.4, you are under audit and all that stuff. And if you hit like 0.5 or 0.6, they start suspending you. They start issuing tickets. You start getting heavy inspections. And then I think it's 1 is like you failed or something. I don't remember exactly how the ranking system is. All I know is 0 is the best, and I'm 0. So I prefer to keep it that way. But we got to stop in Kamloops and grab some trailer stuff. My other trailer currently getting repaired. It needs a few things, so okay, we'll pick it up. That's a heavy fucking load. Yeah, so we'll see you guys when we get to Kamloops. Kamloops. We're almost at my house, and the scales are closed, so I didn't have to worry about that. Makes my life easier. Got myself a sandwich. Ham and cheese. Good. Bread and butter here, buddy. Healthy. That or McDonald's, and this is a lot healthier than McDonald's. But yeah, I just figured I'd let you guys know we're pretty much here. We're almost at my house here. we already dropped off the GMC, or the Chevy Suburban. That thing ran and drove, so that didn't take much to put in the guy's yard. However, the customer is on his way to this tow truck. I guess someone used it and left the truck on it, so he had to go offload the truck. So he's on his way here. I give him plenty of heads up, but it is what it is. Normally I charge detention for sitting here, but this customer we do a lot of work for, and I give him a price and he says, yep, get it done as soon as you can. So he doesn't hang out with me on price, so I'm not gonna nickel and dime him to death. We've probably done, geez, I don't even know how many cars at this point. Well over 100 probably. I stopped counting at this point. I know that exclusively we move his vehicles now. He used to have a bunch of guys, and as some guys fell through, some guys said they could do the job, then couldn't. Some guys had back-end charges. For whatever reason, we happen to be the top company that happened to stay on top. So we have a US driver that works with this guy all the time. He works for us. We take a 10% cut of the job just for him to use our information. So this customer's been really good to us, so I don't charge him detention. And besides, I don't have to be to Kamloops for another 5 hours. So it's gonna take me about 4 hours to get there. So it gives me an extra hour. So I have an hour I can sit here. So not too bad. And we're not picking up any other vehicles. So there is a chain up on the Coke, but we don't have to chain up because we are under the 11,794 kg. We're 11,793 kg. But we don't weigh anything like that. And this truck's a beast in snow. It just trucks up anything. If I look at it and I come up to the hill, and you can see it, if I come up to the Smasher and I go, I'll throw my chains on. I've done it so many times, it takes me like 3 minutes aside. If we have to, you'll see it. I'll film it. It's not too bad to do. It's relatively easy. They're easy access. They're on the trailer. I keep them with me all the time, so I'm holding this big one. With the low boy, I don't usually carry the tire chains, because with the low boy, I'll never be over my 11,794 kg, because the trailer is, well, I guess for you American viewers, that's non-CDL, it's 11,793 kg. Or that's 25,999 pounds, right? As soon as you go above that, you have to become a CDL. I am technically legally allowed to haul more weight, and I want to, but the good thing about Canada is you can register non-CDL and pull permits to go above it. Now, prorate right now is so backed up in Alberta that I applied for prorate at 15.5, and they have not been able to oblige for several weeks, and I've called them and they said they are back up like huge. Apparently everyone decided to become a truck driver. So I was like, okay, perfect. You gotta be fucking kidding me, buddy. Go around. Okay, there you go. Yay! I'm a big kid now. Guy sat there, the four ways are on. I have a sign on the back that says go around. Like, this guy just stands there behind the trailer, just like, what the fuck's this guy doing? It's like, buddy, go around. There's a sign that literally even said, it said, in Toronto or in Vancouver, where else? That's really it. Anywhere, Toronto and Vancouver are the only places I have to literally put up a sign that says, hey, four ways on, go around. Anywhere else, like Edmonton, Calgary, Prince George, Quebec, even Montreal, fucking Thunder Bay, Steinbach, Winnipeg, all those places, Regina, Saskatchewan, and all the way went to Canada, you do not have to put a sign in your vehicle that says go around. Here in Vancouver, especially in the Richmond area, down deep into the lower mainland, and in Toronto, you have to have a sign there because you'll have people that are like patiently waiting for 15 minutes and blocking traffic, thinking you're going to move with your four ways on, because they're stupid enough to think that, well, I drive with my four ways on all the time. It's dumb. Okay, it looks like the customer's here, so we'll get done. We'll talk to you guys in a minute. All right, we're done for the night. We have some issues. We have to get the trailer fixed tomorrow. I have 2 front marker lights and turn signals and brake lights on the trailer. I lost all side marker lights and back marker lights. I don't know where they went, but they're gone. A guy on the radio just told me that, hey, shot, you have nothing on there. So I was like, okay, fuck. And then the cops followed me for a while. I think the good thing about cops, sometimes they're smart enough to realize, like, he's heading this way, I'm 65 feet long, and he's probably thinking, well, he doesn't want to pull over on the side of the road. And they were following me, and then when I had my right turn signal on to come into the petrol pass, they followed me on the off-ramp, and when I went left into the petrol pass, they just kept going straight back onto the highway. I think they realized that I wasn't trying to run with no lights. I think they realized very quickly that I realized I have no lights, and then I'm gonna go go in the petrol pass and deal with this the next day, not to deal with this tonight. So I tried fixing it at the scale house. The way the wiring is on the trailer is I pretty much built it to be unbreakable, and she's been unbreakable for about 50 to 60,000 clicks, which is pretty good. This trailer sees a lot of hard work, but what it is there's PVC pipe, like flexible pipe, that runs from the junction box all the way to the back of the trailer, and the wiring runs through that, and then it goes through loom to get to another PVC pipe that goes from one side to the other. And I told him I wanted very basic lighting, LED, as tough as you can make it. So every junction was cocked the shit out of, everything was tight and stiff, but for whatever reason, I don't know, it's lost the brown wire. I could fix it if I had if I had my wiring stuff with me. I could absolutely fix it. Not too hard. Just run a new brown wire from the junction box, zip tie it to the fucking harness at the moment, and then just cut the PVC pipe and solder in or quickly connect the brown wire. They're self-grounding, so there's a screw that goes into it and it self-grounds to the body. And so yeah, as far as I know, right now that is the stuff we're going to be dealing with tomorrow. I'm not dealing with it. I don't need this trailer for the next job, so I'm going to drop it off here at Gateway in Kamloops. Gateway Trailer Repairs. They're the guys who do all the work for this, because it is under warranty. The Iron Bull is no longer under warranty based on mileage. This 40-foot hotshot is under warranty, so I'm going to be taking that into the shop to get fixed, and then I'll pay for it, and then I'll submit the warranty claim with the dealer, and the dealer will get me paid, and they'll get paid. And there's paid getting paid by paid. So yeah, and Rainbow has been awesome about the warranty since the whole axle repair. I haven't had any issues with this this setup whatsoever until now. This is the first issue I've had since the trailer came out of the shop in October. It was shut down, and the guys they hired to do the warranty work, which was Brutus Spring, those guys were as legit as they come. Gateway couldn't do it right away, and the only reason I know Gateway is because they're the guys who put the tires on. Well, they retorqued them. They did the Valcrim hubs on it, and then new oil, and they were fine with me using Royal Purple 7590. They're due for service, so what I'll do is I'll have these guys do AMSOIL 7590 severe gear. I have a couple of things here, and a couple of bags here in the truck. I always carry extra gear oil, motor oil, things like that, and I'll have them fix the wiring harness. I got a feeling it's gonna be a relatively easy repair because they have the tools to do it, but there's a break between the main harness. It's between the two, the center light and the front light, because the front lights work. Those sparkle lights work. The center lights don't work. So there's a break somewhere in that tube. So probably what they're going to do is they're going to take the caulking out, pull the wiring through, and then find the break, splice it, put it back together, and then solder it, and then feed it back through the tube again, and do that. Or maybe if it's under warranty, I might just have them rerun all new wiring, because I was just looking at it underneath the trailer. That primer paint they put on is holding up okay, but it ain't holding up much. It definitely needs I definitely need to get this trailer into Line-X sooner rather than later. It's a lot of work for them to Line-X it, because they go underneath, they have to scrape the shit out of it, clean it, and it's a ton of work to do. I've been meaning to get underneath this trailer Line-X for quite some time before it got too rusty. It's not really that rusty at all right now, and not bad for 50,000. It's great primer underneath, black on top, bed liner on the front of the trailer, but the bed liner they put on, it's not holding out. So I gotta do a whole Line-X system on the front. I might just do the whole trailer like I'm gonna do the lowboy. The lowboy's gonna be done here soon. I think it's in April, it's booked in. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's April, it's booked in. But yeah, this is our situation. This is our life right now. We're parked in the back here of the petrol pass, which means that there's no trucks idling. I think it's just like all the back parking lot here are people who live local and are just leaves their trucks here. They pay for it to be here. Wow, that's a lot of stickers on this guy's fucking truck. But yeah, there's a lot of people that live here, and they just leave their trucks in the back here. Most truckers will park on the center. I have to idle my truck, and since it's straight piped, I try not to park my pipe beside anyone else's truck. I try, like, same thing, like if I stop at a Flying J and I'm surrounded by trucks, I'll intentionally put my trailer further back, so my exhaust fumes are going into their trailer or like underneath their vehicle, not into the cab area, just to be respectful. Not only that, like if it's really cold, this truck will high idle itself just automatically at night. Once it hits 71°C on the coolant temp, it'll high idle all the way to 91°C, and then it stops. I don't want I turn off the turbo or the exhaust brake when I park for the night. But I've learned that a lot of people don't like it, so I I've never been told off for it, but I understand, like, I don't like parking next to reefers. I don't like there's certain things that I realize I'm pretty loud. Like when I walk by my truck and it high idles, it's fucking loud. So I'm just like, I don't want someone else having to deal with that while trying to sleep. Their job's hard. Like being a trucker already is hard enough without being wakened up every fucking 30-45 minutes to a truck high idling. It's not so bad here in the cab because it's really well insulated, but because as you might notice, there's not a lot of echo in the videos because I have fabric there. There's a big bed there with all the freaking bedding, so when you're sleeping in there, you only have like maybe 1.5 feet of space where sound can get in. And by the time it gets up there, like we're sitting in the truck right now, it's high idling. You can't even tell it's high idling. But outside, if I turn that turbo on, I hear swing, just insane. But yeah, I'm gonna get put some PJs on. I was gonna go home, and my wife, like, I know the cops in the area, so I was gonna head home with the 4-ways on. I thought about it. I was like, my wife's like, she can fix it, but she's so busy lately because she does our brokering, she does our loads and stuff like that, and she's been busy with that. And she also works for the government, so they hound her lately. They've been hounding her for the whole COVID thing and trying to get training for diversity and all this crap. And yeah, so she's been really busy, and I told her, I was like, it's under warranty, like if I pay for it, I'm getting paid back. On the low boy, me and her would fix the stuff except for structural, because structural's under warranty for another 2 years, but wiring and trailer brakes and all that stuff is no longer under warranty, so it is what it is. But I'm off to bed, and we'll see you guys in the morning when we wake up, and I'm going to take you into Gateway, and we're going to go talk to those guys and see what they say. And hopefully they can get to it tomorrow or the following day, and we'll get the show on the road, boys. All right, see you in the morning. All right, what's going on? So we just finished getting the trailer fixed. That was expensive. So there was a short to ground on the license plate light, and I know hindsight, everyone's gonna be like, oh my god, that's expensive. But oh, I got a call coming in. 1 second. Sorry about that. That was my wife letting me know that we have another load being booked. We're gonna have a $50,000 month, which is gonna be fucking mint. So yeah, we got the trailer fixed. I was pulling up the receipt, but CVSE was on the side of the road when I was talking to my wife, so I put it away because I don't want them knowing I'm reading stuff. So to fix the trailer yesterday, or I guess this morning, they got it in right away. The guys at Gateway Repair are fucking mint. Those guys have always, I've had a lot of trailer work done to them. They do our C-bibs and everything. Those guys are as legit as they come. So if you're ever in Kamloops and you need a trailer repaired for your truck, talk to those guys. They're pretty good. Anyhow, $537.49 was to fix the license plate light. Now, I know some of you are going to freak out, but the reason why that is because, well, how can I say this? It is what it is. They had to check the whole harness because the front of the trailer had lights. The market lights worked on the front 2 side posts. The side ones and the back ones were out. So they assumed the same thing I did. If that front light works and that light doesn't, it's in between those 2 lights. It has to be. So that's what I did last night. I was checking that section of harness. I couldn't see anything, so I'm like, I'll let the shop deal with this because I don't want to deal with it on the side of the road on wet roads, and just drove it to the shop and just left it there. Well, I didn't leave it there. I slept last night at Petro Pass and then took it to Gateway in the morning. But they took 3.5 hours to diagnose the trailer because they end up having, so the way the wiring harness is built on this trailer, you have to take all the connections off and then pull the whole harness through the Plex pipe or PVC or whatever the hell it is and test it that way. Well, they did that. They were checking the wires. They opened up the cubbies in some sections and they were testing. They had power, all the way to the back of the trailer. And they had 2 guys tackling this trailer. Now, I know to you guys, like, for you guys with your 14-foot car haulers and things like that, that takes no time at all to fix. But on a 40-foot hot shot, there's a lot of wiring and there's a lot of things you have to check. There's a lot of grounds. There's just a ton of stuff. What it turned out to be was the light bulb on the license plate light turned out to be short to ground, but the trailer's long enough where the short to ground didn't carry throughout the whole harness. So that's the one downside to having a long trailer, is that wiring issues tend to be in some parts of the trailer, instead of losing all your lights. You go, okay, we know the marker light is an issue. You think you have a break or a fuse, or you don't know, right? That's a bunch of, the guy's covered in snow, and there's a bunch of TRXs on that truck. We're about to have some fun, but we're on our way to Hinton, and then to Edson. We're picking up a truck, a Ram 3500, I think a second gen, and 595 speed, I think it is. And then we're going to Edson to grab a set of axles, not a set of axles, but a pack of 6 of axles going to Abbotsford. Both loads going to Abbotsford, and then we have to pick up our units, our truck unit there. And then I think we're getting a tractor involved too. If we get the tractor load tonight, like the guy calls me, books it up, pays the dip, fills out the site, then we will probably Hinton, load up the Ram, then head to Edson, grab the remaining of the axles that we're picking up. It's like 1,000 pounds in axles, like 6 axles total. Not very heavy. Axles are like 200 pounds each or something like that. I can't remember. Then we'll rip up to Grand Prairie, or Fort St. John's actually, and grab that tractor, and then we'll have delivery for Friday for all 3. And now we'll put $7,000 in our pocket for that trip, because the tractor's $4,000, the axles are $1,100, and then the 3,500 is $2,000, I think it is. So just shy of $7,000, or maybe just over $7,000, something like that. I don't remember exactly what the price is. I just get told where to go. I trained my wife how to book loads and how to find them, and she's way better with Facebook than I am. I can't stand Facebook whatsoever. I'm a millennial and I can't stand it. I used to use Facebook when it was cool to use Facebook. Unfortunately, people who are millennials, or people my age, nowadays, we don't tend to use Facebook. Facebook's like a boomer thing to use, or Gen X. Millennials and Gen Zs don't tend to use Facebook for very long. I'm not a fan of it, but it is what it is. My wife likes it. She uses the marketplace, so we're on a bunch of hotshot load boards here for Canada, and that's how it is. For those who are going to get into this industry, there is not a whole lot of load boards out here. LoadLink is one of them. U-Ship, Trusted Dispatch is the new one. I know the owner of Trusted Dispatch. I got to meet him when I did 2 jobs for him. And then there's Freight Star, but they suck. They absolutely suck big boy chunks. Don't even waste your time with Freight Star. Even LoadLink, like, to be honest, unless you're a semi-truck, LoadLink is also not worth getting. They're so expensive to have. It's $300 a month with a $20 annual fee. So instead of like U-Ship and like Trusted Dispatch and all that other stuff, where they charge a percentage of the load. So for example, you can go on U-Ship, type in $1,000, add U-Ship fees, and then it'll say your quote is $1,100 or $1,200, something like that. They get a cut, you get a check for $1,000. That's what I've always done. I like that setup. You're not paying for the service to have the opportunity to use it. It's just there available to you. If you choose not to use it, you don't have to worry about losing $300 a month because of it. And I understand why LoadLink does that. They want the riffraff off there. You do have a high probability of having shitty shippers or new shippers that are not legal shipping on U-Ship. But I found with a lot of people who hire the new shippers or the illegal shippers, the people who are fly-by-night companies, those guys tend not to want to pay what a proper company would pay anyways. A lot of guys who ship freight via U-Ship or all that stuff, there's like a bunch of them out there, they tend to realize, like, they know what they're getting into. U-Ship makes it very clear. These guys are new shippers, they're new to U-Ship, how long they've been there. And a lot of guys would just skip they won't even look at them. They just go for who has the 5-star review and who is the cheapest 5-star review. And it's a bid thing, so like you can bid down the price. I think it's just like, I think there's only like 7 or 8 of us in Western Canada that are like top of the line for U-Ship. A lot of the other guys are on like 4s and 4.5 stars. Like there's me, and then there's RTX, and then there's Cybertruck, and then I think Well, that's what his name is on there. Lake County, no, they're 4.9. Hey, there's like a handful of companies that are legit, like top of the line shippers, and we're not cheap. Like, we're not cheap at all. Two of the guys on there have attitude problems, and they have issues that are top rated, but they don't like competition. That's the problem. They're semi-truck drivers, so they think because they drive a semi that they're the best thing on the fucking planet since sliced bread, but they're not. They have egos, and I beat them a lot of time on work because my expenses aren't as high as theirs. I don't have a truck that burns 50 liters per 100 just to go down the road. My truck right now is only burning 13.6 to get this 40-foot hotshot to Hinton. My load cost is going to be like $400 or $500 to do these jobs, and I'm going to put $7,000 in my pocket. Now, yes, there is expenses of food and all that stuff, but I consider fuel to be the major expense. I have to hop or any repairs, so I'll probably spend $500 in diesel. Now, it used to be like $1,000, but I'm filling up my slip tank at $1.28 for diesel right now, which is dirt cheap. Well, not for you Americans. For you Americans, that's still pretty high. For us Canadians, that's cheap. Because fuel's expensive up here in Canada, because there's a carbon tax, there's all this other shit. Like, I think they said it, like 70 cents on the dollar is like taxes. That's how Canadians work. It's 70 cents for every dollar you make, 70 cents of it is taxed. Because you get taxed when you get paid, you get taxed eventually, then you get taxed when you buy stuff, and you get taxed when you sell stuff, you get taxed when you refinance stuff, and then, yeah, it's like taxed like 8 or 9 times before you actually spend that dollar on something. So when you make 150,000, 200,000 a year, it's actually not that much money. Climb, bitch, climb. It's funny, like a 6% grade here in Canada is nothing. Like, they don't even put it on the freaking map thing. It's just like anything is above 7, it goes on a hill. It has like a hill sign. But yeah, figured I'll let you guys know what's going on. This is the end of this video where we dropped off the Ford F350 and the Chevy Suburban. I'll upload a photo in the thumbnail. But that was a fun job all the way from Saskatchewan going to Abbotsford. Didn't run too many issues apart from the trailer failing on the way over the Coke last night. A smooth trip. It wasn't too bad. It was great. It was awesome. And thank you guys for watching if you still are. And don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And see you in the next one.